the main controversy last time
Yeah.
that we kept coming back to, and we didn't have like any decision or anything last time, but
Yeah.
it was like, does God know every decision we're gonna make before we make it? And half of us were like divided on that decision. So, what's your stance on it now? Like, doing research, and do you think God knows what we're gonna do before we do it? Or, you think so?
Yeah.
You think He knows?
Yeah.
Can you say that a little louder?
I think God knows everything
Oh,
that's gonna
gosh.
happen.
Thank you. Awesome.
Yeah.
So you think so too?
Actually, I feel like this would help me talk about what you talked about next week.
There's this passage in Your Christianity that touched on it as soon as we had the conversation. Like, I got home and read it that night or the next morning.
No way.
And it really put it into a good perspective. But he made a very good statement beforehand where he's like, if this works for you to help you conceptualize the idea, then great. If it doesn't, then scratch it. So just tell me what you guys think. And if you guys agree or disagree, then we can talk about it.
Okay.
That's really good.
Another difficulty we get if we believe God to be in time is this. Everyone who believes in God at all believes that He knows what you and I are going to do tomorrow. But if He knows I am going to do so-and-so, how can I be free to do otherwise? Well, here once again, the difficulty comes from thinking that God is progressing along the same timeline like us. The only difference being that He can see ahead and we cannot. Well, if that were true, if God foresaw our acts, it would not be very hard to understand how we could be free not to do them. But suppose God is outside and above the timeline. In that case, what we call tomorrow is visible to Him in just the same way as what we call today. All the days are now for Him. He does not remember you doing things yesterday. He simply sees you doing them. Because though you have not lost yesterday, He has. Or though you have lost yesterday, He has not. He does not foresee you doing things tomorrow. He simply sees you doing them. Because though tomorrow is not yet there for you, it is for Him. You never suppose that your actions at this moment were any less free because God knows what you are doing. Well, He knows your tomorrow's actions in just the same way because He is already in tomorrow and can simply watch you. In a sense, He does not know your action till you have done it, but then the moment at which you have done it, it is already now for Him.
Yeah, that helps me understand. And although I do agree with everything that he is saying, I feel compelled to ask, are there any scriptures that back this up?
That's the thing. This is purely speculation. Not speculation. It's just an analogy. It's a better way to understand an idea. I mean, I guess it is speculation in a way, but it's like an educated
I
speculation.
mean, there are scriptures that say God is not bound by time.
So it's doing our best to put together something that we really don't have too much information on. Like we have a decent amount of scriptures, but there's not a whole bunch
Yes.
that really go into depth of the idea. So he's like, if this works for you to help you get a better understanding of what it most likely is, then great. If not, then scratch it.
So are these purely his thoughts, or is it based on like a passage somewhere?
This is an analogy he made up.
made up.
This is purely his thoughts, but I believe it's because it doesn't go to say like how he came up with it. Or where he got it from scripturally, but I just feel like it was a good way to get an understanding
Yeah.
of it all.
Yeah, although I do agree with this, like 100% fully, to full extent, like I'm just concerned that it may not be based off of the Bible.
That's purely reasonable. It was just a way for me to like get a little grasp. It's not like 100% true, but
Well,
it's
yeah.
just a way to kind of have a better idea. Because at the end of the day, we can understand or try to understand how God moves and works as much as we can, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's really hard to nail it on the dot. So this is one way to look at it. There's plenty of other ways,
Yes.
but yeah.
Okay, cool. So do we now all agree that God knows what we're going to do before we do it? Or is that still something that's going to be debated about?
Well, it's like it said in here. There's no before,
Yeah.
now, or after
Yeah.
for him.
It's
So-
not like God knows what we're going to do. It's like He's just seeing us do it. And He knows, like,
God can't intervene until He does.
What does that have to do? Okay.
Well, so it sounds like you're trying to say that what decisions we make, God already knows, right?
I'm asking.
Well, then God inside the consideration. Do we really get to choose what we're doing, or does God already know and He's already set everything down?
That doesn't change what we're gonna choose. Okay, ultimately, scripture aside, okay, just for 1 second, think for 1 second. There is ultimately only one path that we will take in this life. Although there are multiple choices that we have, there's only one choice we will ultimately make in the end.
Okay.
There's no multiverse thing that there's another you making different choices, and you can only take one path in life, ultimately. Can we agree about that?
No.
Explain.
Only take one path, as in, like, when you make a decision, that's it. You can never go back and remake it.
Yeah, you
Not
can't
a
go
path
back in
whether-
time.
Yeah, not like a path where, like, okay, I'm gonna study biology and switch my major. It's different. So you're just talking
That's
about
different,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
But there's ultimately only one timeline that will happen.
Yeah.
Very important question. Are you saying that the future is already set? That whatever choice we make now cannot change the future?
Change the future?
Yes.
Yep,
If
that's
it's
what I'm
set.
saying. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So then, do we have a choice to figure out what?
Huh?
Then do we fully know what's going to happen, or is everyone already predestined to go where they're going to go?
That's what I'm asking.
I
No.
think if
That's
we
what
have,
you need to answer.
If we have one set future, I don't. Would that? I'm not saying this definitely.
Yeah.
Would that impede our right to make those decisions?
No, because we would be making these decisions. Like, look, I made a decision to pick up my phone. And then I made a decision to drop it. That was my choice. But ultimately, that was going to happen. You can't go back in time and change that.
So if it was going to happen, then God already knows it, and do you really have a choice to actually do?
Yes, you do. I'm saying that they can coexist.
Yeah, I get it, man. I mean, it's the same thing as if, like, everything happened at once already. Like, you already lived your full life. Because God exists outside of time. If you already lived your full life, the outcome's already there. So whatever you choose to do is a result of the choices you made already. Or whatever happens is a result of all the choices you made that you chose to do yourself.
The fun part is we're just trying to dive down and that we will never be able to answer until we have God.
No?
How do you know?
You think we can answer everything?
No, is there an answer? I'm saying there possibly could be an answer to this.
Could be. But I don't think we'll ever be 100% right.
Really?
I genuinely think so. I think we can
think
get
so?
close.
Sure. I mean, there's a possibility.
No, I'm asking, do you, yes or no?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
I think there's a possibility.
Well, that's not a yes or no answer.
Yes or no?
Okay, I'm going to answer with scripture because my opinion sucks. The Bible doesn't. Hold on. The Bible says that we should.
Where are you
according-
reading?
Proverbs 2, 3 through 6 says, cry out for wisdom, beg for understanding, search for it as you would for silver, hunt for it like hidden treasure. Then you will understand what it means to respect the Lord. Then you will begin to know God. Only the Lord gives wisdom. Knowledge and understanding come from Him.
Right. But he
I
doesn't
believe
allow
we
us to
should-
understand everything, though. I don't think
That
he's gonna
shouldn't
allow-
stop us from searching for
No,
it.
definitely. But I'm just saying there are certain things that we have to kind of accept that there are some things that we won't understand. Even if we go deep down into it and still understand, I think.
Is there a scripture that says that?
Well, I think that wisdom comes from God, right? But it doesn't say that God's going to give us understanding for everything we want to know.
Sure. It also says we should cry out for understanding. So I don't think that negates the fact that we can know things.
We can know things, but that doesn't mean that we're always going to get the right answer.
Really? How do you know? Really?
Talk to every single theologian in society who's been grinding at this for the past like 3,000-4,000 years.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that our knowledge equals God at all, because we're human. So, yeah, no, I'm just being prickly at this point. Yeah. But I think we should cry out for understanding and strive to gain understanding, because it's in the Bible and it's biblical. So, yeah.
I agree.
Dan, you have a statement.
Yeah, so you were talking about how the future is set.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna walk through this reasoning. I want to see if you agree with it or not.
Okay.
So, would you say that when you picked up your phone, God knew that you were going to do that?
Sure.
Okay. And would you say that because God knew that you were going to pick up your phone, that it is now necessary that you have to pick up your phone for the future to make sense?
Could you repeat that?
So God knew that you were going to pick up your phone.
Yes.
And because he knows that, it is now necessary for you to pick up your phone.
In the future, or when I just picked up my
When you
phone?
picked up your phone.
Sure.
So you had to do that. You had no other. You could make no other choice but to pick up your phone.
No choice. Well, yeah.
That's what you were arguing earlier.
It makes so much more sense with your reasoning. We don't have any choice anymore. We don't have any choice. We have to do what we're predestined to
We
do.
literally are done with this conversation.
I'm not.
She was fully set in stone.
It was nice and quiet for like a minute or two, Ian. And
She's like,
then
you know
you're
what?
like,
You're
I'm
right.
Bro.
You have zero chance to do anything.
That's a great point, Ian.
You gotta keep going. If it is now necessary that you have to pick up your phone, then picking up your phone cannot otherwise. Then basically what I said earlier. You can't do anything besides pick up your phone.
Sure.
Okay.
So
And
you're
then
saying that we don't have a choice.
if
don't have a choice?
yeah, if you don't have a choice when you make that choice,
If I don't. Oh,
Then-
whoa! What's your definition of choice? What is your definition of choice?
I just won't use that word then.
No. You got to define it.
Anywhere
No.
you make, you're gonna have to define it.
Exactly.
Choose your word.
If you cannot do otherwise besides pick up your phone when you act, you do not act freely.
Define freedom.
No, I don't want to.
I don't want to be doing your little thought exercise, but here
Why
we
not?
are. Define freely. Come on, do it.
No. I don't know. Should I look it up?
Yes, you should look it up.
It says not under the control of another as one wishes.
Yeah, so then we are free. We're not under the control of anyone as one wishes. We just do things in a certain sequence, and that certain sequence will happen no matter what.
Therefore,
We act freely.
I was going to say the opposite.
Okay? According to your reasoning and your definition, we do act freely.
Oh man.
Just because I mean,
You know what's funny is I don't even agree with this.
That's the point.
then why are you bringing it up?
So I was going to contradict it.
It was an exercise. They're gonna switch it.
You contradicted it too early.
Dude, how do you think I feel? There's so much in here that I pulled up, and like none of this.
I was
even
gonna
applies
pull
to
up
all
the
of
modal
the
fallacy.
same conversation. So I'm like, well,
What do you want to talk about? I should about my fallacy.
it was more so to decide that like, if anyone contradicted that everyone is predestined, or if only a certain few people are predestined. I have stuff behind that one, and then the conversation of if we actually have a choice, or if we don't have a choice to do our own thing. Defining those. Good thing is everyone pretty much defined it already started